Hi there, this is Robert Dick, and this video is made in cooperation with the Eastman Woodwind Company, makers of Eastman and Amadeus flutes. This is an Amadeus 600, a silver step-up flute, and it's really quite a nice instrument. Now, I'm going to talk about breathing today. It doesn't matter what kind of music you're playing, old, romantic, 19th century, 20th century, music of the future. We're all going to need to breathe, and breathing is often problematic on the flute. The flute uses the most air of any wind instrument. In fact, it actually uses more air than the tuba. I've checked that out personally, and it's remarkable how efficient the tuba is, but the source of the flute's beauty is the inefficiency of our sounding mechanism. After all, we're blowing air over the edge of the embouchure hole. The air is flipping in and out, and the air that goes into the flute creates tone. The air that goes out of the flute is important in the continuation of the vibration, but that air is gone. So what can we do? We can breathe better. So one of the simplest things to do to eliminate noise from breathing, tension from breathing, difficulty from breathing, because breathing isn't hard. Every newborn does it just perfectly from the instant of birth. So let's talk about how to simplify what can sometimes be a problem. And, the breath we need is the amount of air we're going to need to play, and we need to get that air in the time that the music allows. So sometimes breathing is very simple. We've got 3 long beats to breathe. Other times we might find ourselves needing an entire full breath in a tiny space between 2 16th notes. So one of the very first things to think about is to prepare to breathe, and that is today's theme: prepare to breathe. I would suggest, as you practice this and you mark it in your music, starting perhaps in daily studies, tough and ill type stuff, then into etudes, and then into repertoire, use 2 breath marks, not 1. Make a little asterisk and put it about 4 seconds before the comma where you're going to breathe. The asterisk is the prepare to breathe sign. And at the prepare to breathe sign, several things start happening. Number 1, if you have moved forward or looking down or anything like this, and it's perfectly okay to move when you play, it's natural. Dance exists because motion is a human response to music. However, there are positions where you can play okay, but they're terrible for breathing. So if you have moved kind of forward and over, and you breathe here, it's going to sound really bad. And it's going to be very hard to get the air you need. So number 1, at the prepare to breathe sign, bring yourself upright. And you've got 3 to 4 seconds to do this, so you don't have to pull yourself upright. Tension is not part of this game. Okay, so we're going to just come up. This alone will improve your breathing hugely. Now, so that's number 1, bring yourself upright. Imagine that you're playing in a room full of special water. It comes right up to your lower lip when you're standing at your full height. Now you can play through the water, but you can't breathe it. So come up to the surface. Now, number 2, your bones. are the heaviest part of your body, and moving them around takes more takes more energy than anything else. So move the bones first. Most of the time when people breathe, they are correctly moving their abdomen out, their abdominal muscles. This is often incorrectly called diaphragmatic breathing, but it's using the abdominal muscles, and out they come. But at the same time, they are lifting their rib cage. That's a mistake. The rib cage should be up and open first. So, and you can move your ribs and you can open your rib cage as you play. And with a little bit of practice, you can get that so you won't have any tension in your shoulders. We're not trying to do this. And if, as you're practicing this, if you find that your shoulders are getting tense, stop and rest. You're done with this for the day, because practicing when you're tense will only make you tenser. Now, so number one, bring yourself upright, and as you're coming up, make sure the rib cage comes up and open if it has come down. It should have been up and open through the whole breathing cycle, but we're human, we're not machines. Things are not always perfect. Perhaps you've noticed. Anyway, now there's one more thing to do. Okay? Bring yourself upright. Move those bones and prepare to lower the back of your tongue. Now, every breath has a still point. This is that instant when you have finished exhaling and you have not yet started inhaling. And right at that second between the and is an activity. And that's the moment where you release your throat tuning, lower the back of your tongue just a little bit, and your throat will be wide, wide open, and you can take in air efficiently, almost effortlessly and silently and quickly, really quickly. So I'm going to play my way into a bad position, and I'll go down here. I might even go out of the picture, but as I'm coming up, that means that I will have passed my prepare to breathe sign, and you'll see these things happen. All right, here we go. So that's it. Prepare to breathe. Thanks.